Welcome back to the show. Let's talk to Eddie Tofpik. He is the head of foreign exchange at ADMISI. Very good morning to you, Eddie.
Good morning.
Right, let's talk Bitcoin. I've got two parts in this. First of all, the technicals. Are the technicals working well?
Yes, it's made a bit of a mess of it, but in the chart, etc. But it looks lovely. The target for the halfway hesitation is still there at 8,200, which is marked by an X. The levels to watch. Below the market, you're looking at 67.10, which is the recent 50% fib. That's support, and then 55.30, which is the longer one from September. On the upside, you've got to look obviously at 78.88, which is the recent high. 8,200, which is the target area for the upside of if this is halfway hesitation follows through, and then the projected Fibonacci level, which is 92.76. At this particular moment, it's looking positive. It's looking as if we'll try higher again. There's a gap, which is unusual in this particular instance. Maybe it's just my data is not very good, but there is a gap in there, and I note that. But at the moment, it is still looking as if it's going to go try higher. We have the reason we've seen the spike up from the lows has actually been, in many ways, the announcement of the CME's new contract and the CFE's contract as well. So we've got a number of new ways of investing in Bitcoin, which are quite interesting.
Okay, so let's mention about this. So CME are going to have a futures contract.
Well, there's two futures contracts.
Okay.
The CME, which is going to be running one for 25 Bitcoins, and the CFE, which is the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, futures element, they're going to be running one for 1 Bitcoin, a smaller contract.
So almost a mini contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be listed subject to regulatory approval.
Yes. Yeah.
When is that likely to happen?
Well, they're trying to go by the end of this year, by mid-December, late December, but it's a big ask. We've got obviously Christmas holidays coming up and people starting to slow down, that sort of thing. In addition to that, there's a big regulatory hurdle coming out, which is MiFID II, and anybody involved in anything is putting resources into that. So, and that's both sides of the pond. Though it's being listed in Chicago, it does affect customers there who are trading into Europe, etc. So there are resources being allocated for that. That being said, if it does come up, or if it comes in early January, this will be a really, really interesting one, especially the CME one, because it's a larger contract. It's still smaller than I would have thought, because if you look at, say, for example, the currency contracts, the Euro futures contract is 100,000 euros.
Yep.
Sterling is £67,500. You know, the 5 of these is $35,000 or thereabouts. Admittedly, that's a lot of money, but you're not having to actually put up 35,000. It'll be on a margin basis. Informed estimates seem to be around about 20-25% margin. So you're putting up a margin, you're able to trade it on margin, you're able to trade it on a recognized exchange with as a futures contract against a cash index. So there will no actually be movement of Bitcoins in either one of those futures contracts. There's a difference.
So it'll be like the S&P 500.
Exactly.
It'll be
exactly like a stock index.
Yep.
There's different methodologies to each one. So what this allows is there will be arbitrage opportunities between the two. There will be arbitrage opportunities between the spot. And then there's also going to be options at some point in the future. So that this adds a whole new dimension. And the most important thing is that you're allowing for the first time institutional investors, insurance companies, pension funds, those guys, to be able to go into this market and actually participate, whereas before they were forbidden to do so under their mandates. And one other add-on, you can sell Bitcoin.
Yep.
You don't have to actually buy it. Up till now, you'd have to buy it. If you wanted to sell it, you'd have to borrow it and sell short and borrow, which is, unless you're professionally involved in the market, it's very, very hard to do. So this opportunity allows you to basically go short the market if you wish to, go long or short on margin, allows you a new asset class which is not necessarily correlated with anything else. I'd say the nearest probably is gold. As I've always said, I think it's the 21st century equivalent of gold. And this, I think, is a big, big step forward for the future of all cryptocurrencies, because you list Bitcoin, then you've got Ethereum, you've got Dash, you've got Light, Red, all the other ones that come through. There could be opportunities for them, and I say there's already going to be arbitrage opportunities between the two futures markets and the cash market as well. There may be then opportunities between other coins as well. The downside is there's a lot of ICOs coming out, which I think is a real, real concern, because everybody in the world seems to be issuing a coin, and I don't think necessarily that's the best thing in the world.
Eddie, we run out of time. Top man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.